I'm here with Sam Breust from Konekt Australia. Welcome, Sam. Welcome to the conference.
Thank you so much.
Now, your talk today was the future of work and working with what we've got.
Yes.
And in your talk today, which I loved, you spoke about the futuristic family, the Jetsons. And while you weren't born for the Jetsons,
Of course not.
I was. I grew up with the Jetsons, loved it. And, I often wondered what it would be like to zip to school in a little, jet.
Yeah.
Little one-person
Yeah.
jet. And it, to me as a kid, it didn't seem outside the realms of possibility. But a lot of what as you talked about today, a lot of what the Jetsons foretold have become reality, hasn't it?
It has. Yeah, they predicted telehealth. They had smartwatches. They had robots that were vacuuming their house for them. Yeah, there was quite a lot of truth and pretty amazing considering it was done 60 odd years ago.
If only we'd taken out shoes in those
I
companies
know.
beforehand. Now, but you spoke about some of the things the Jetsons didn't predict, and that was how much what we want from work, think about work, and how we act at work would change. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, look, I think we've got some really unique trends in the world at the moment, in Australia in particular, around generational shift. It's the first time ever we've had 5 generations working in the workplace together at the same time. We've got a massive sort of spike in the size of one generation, which is the millennials, or Gen Y, and we've got our baby boomers who've been working for, a long time, have a lot of knowledge, and in the next decade they're going to leave our industries and leave our space, and a lot of those are our leaders, particularly in the personal injury sector.
And what does this mean for employers, do you think?
Yeah, look, I think it provides a lot of opportunity, but it also presents some risk if we don't manage it well. And one of the opportunities is to make sure that we're creating opportunity for that knowledge to be transferred to generations coming through. I think, what millennials want from work has changed. That flexibility is paramount. They say that that's the reason that they'll stay, and well-being is another one. So 63% of people say that well-being and what an employer does to facilitate that will make them stay or go from an organisation. So we need to do better at making sure we're looking after our staff, I think, in that space, to make sure that our sector transfers knowledge but also survives ongoing, to have people to help others.
And we're not staying in jobs as long as we used to, are we?
No, we are not. No. So, you look at your Generation X and your baby boomers, and they were staying in a role for up to 10 years. So that generation now, the baby boomers are leaving with a decade of knowledge, and they're being replaced by a generation sort of, X individual who will have been 5 years in the workforce, and if you go right back down to Alpha, which is our kind of school age kids now, they're going to have 18 different jobs over 6 distinct careers across their working lifespan, which is incredible. So we've got to find ways. Obviously we all work on retention in our businesses and trying to keep people in the industry, but I think there's this industry opportunity to share our resources. So people working maybe at an insurer for a while but actively being transferred to an injury management or a rehab provider or a broker, or so keeping your knowledge in the space but giving people that feeling that they're changing roles or transferring jobs.
And how would you describe the impact of technology? It's a big feature.
Yeah, it is. There's lots of talk at the conference on that. Look, I think one of the things that can support us with is we're using AI and automation to focus on what claims need help and which ones we don't really need to worry about. And then we conserve the energies and the efforts of our people, particularly around empathy, for the claims that really need that personalised touch, and we let the machines do the ones that don't. And I think we're making rapid gains in that space, and Konekt's got a great pilot that's being talked about later today with Risk Screen that we trialled in New South Wales to try and get early intervention on the right claims based on the risk of them being prolonged time off work. So all of the businesses here are working in that space, I know. So we are insulating ourselves for the future, but it's a really important part, because we're just not going to have the manpower or that historical knowledge to use people to do what they did before.
So is the future of work a bright one?
Oh, absolutely. Look, I think we've got opportunity to change the way that we're looking at things. You know, I'm a real advocate for talking about the value-based outcome model, and you know, and looking at that, particularly in the rehab space. You know, if you force people to look at the minutes that they spend on and record every minute that they do every day in order to reach an outcome, then you're detracting their attention away from that outcome, and we want them to be focused on returning people to a life and work outcome that they need after injury. So yeah, look, it is bright. We've got lots of tools at our disposal, but we have to be careful. There's some hurdles coming.
Well, thank you for your time today, Sam, and thanks for your contribution to the conference. Enjoy the rest of the time. Yeah,
thanks
it's
so
great.
much.
The buzz is amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's great to see everyone out and about again.
It is really good. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.